Hi everyone, Craig here, DJ CDC. Now, in my previous video, I was using a Toshiba camcorder that was constantly crashing and failing to save, and I did this unboxing video 3 times, and 3 times I lost it, and I didn't find out till 3 in the morning when I finished the last video that that one didn't record either. So in the end, what I've decided to do is set myself up with my webcam and do a semi-unboxing, because obviously I've already unboxed it. I've unboxed one and put them up, and I've actually ran it through, but I was so impressed with these speakers and the price that I got them for and the deal that I thought I would do a little video and just go through it with everyone to see if you can see just how phenomenally different they are to my Yamis and how well they work in this small environment. So it's the iLoud MTMs, the high resolution compact studio monitors. One important thing to note, and why I think I got them cheap, was on the bottom of the box. You should notice here it has a EU tick for power cord supplied. Now these were sold as used like new, and all the seals and all the boxes were sealed, and everything inside was all originally sealed. I can't tell why these were used or how they were used, because the way they were wrapped were clearly new. The only thing I'm now thinking that might have been is the fact that it got an EU plug on it. So let's just open it up and I will show you the contents of what you get. It's double boxed, which is nice, and you get your little goodies box in there, and polystyrene protected and protective wrapped are your speakers. So when I got them, I was very much surprised. I was expecting them to be bigger than they are because of the stand. They're quite small, as you can see, especially, you know, compared to my Yamis. You can see just how small they actually are. Let's put this out of the way. You can see just how small they are. I wasn't expecting them to be quite so small, but boy, they're heavy. They really are heavy for this size. So, as you can see, it's MTM, standing for mid-woofer, tweeter, mid-woofer. The important thing is what's in here. Let's open up and see what we've got. Remember, I've already opened these, except for this one. As you can see, it's got the 2-pin EU plug on. But being a computer guy I am, and the wife, we've got plenty of kettle leads kicking around, because that's all they are. They're just standard kettle leads. And just for peace of mind, if you look on the back, it does say 90 to 240 volts, and as you know, the UK is no longer on 240 volts. We stepped down to 220 volts to go in line with the EU, and I believe America's 110. So they obviously have a transformer in here that will handle between the 90 and 240, so they don't have to do different ones for different countries, and all they do is send the equivalent plug. So yeah, I got a couple of kettle leads, no problem. Down. So inside you will find a pad for resting it on when you want it in the horizontal configuration, like that. There, so you've got the mid-woofer, tweeter, mid-woofer, and you can put it on the stand like I have up there on the horizontal, which I quite like. Obviously you can do it the other way around, because in the box you do get the stand. Not sure which way around it goes on. Let's have a quick. Yeah, there we go. The idea is it slides and enables you to point it up. So if you did have them mounted, excuse me, you don't want the sound coming down, hitting the desk and bouncing all over the place. So obviously if you had them up on stands, and you could fix them in the stay up position, or you can angle them to whatever's best to make sure that they're at ear level and you're not getting any sound deflecting off of the bottom. penny, nickel, dime, whatever, will do a good job tightening that up on the back. And then when you want to adjust, okay, and you can lock them to wherever you want. Very handy indeed, great for putting on your desk, but personally I wanted to have everything at ear level. And I think, personally, I mean, that's why they give you these, and that's why the power indicator is at the top in the middle. I don't know about you, but I think it looks a bit like Wally. But the magic is what's in here. You get this little booklet with a manual inside and your warranty card, registration to register your product, and this so-called user manual guide, but quite honestly it's pretty rubbish. There's not much in there and it doesn't tell you how to calibrate it properly. Basically, to calibrate it, I'll show you and I'll go through it, but just go on their website. IK Multimedia has got a YouTube video showing you how to calibrate it. It's very, very easy. But it would be handy if they actually had the step-by-step in there. But this is the important bit. This is a calibration mic called ARC. You get a mic stand for it and the cable. You plug in, run your cord to the speaker, and then you set up your mic at ear level, how you would hear it, triangulated like you would be sitting, and then you run the calibration, and that's what I'll show you. Now, I know a lot of people think this is a gimmick and you shouldn't mess around, colour your sound and what have you, but when you can't afford, like me, to spend loads and loads of money soundproofing, acousticking, and also this being at the end of the day the back bedroom, and I don't want to start sticking stuff to the walls eventually. So that'll be rustling all that. The reason I put it that way is I've got one that I'm ready to use. I just wanted to show you this as the unboxing, as it were. But I've got one that I will use to actually do the calibration already out of the package. So let's put that to one side. So yeah, let me show you up here. I'll put it the other way, I won't put it on the stand, but you can see quickly the difference between the HS7s. These are 6.5 inch woofers with a 1 inch twin tweeter. I believe these are 1 inch with a, I believe, 3.5 inch, two of them. But yeah, I think it's better the other way personally. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's why they give you the pad. You can see that's why that cutout's there, to fit nicely in that shape. Okay, so kettle lead, as I said, with a standard UK plug on the end, and I'm using XLR connectors to standard jack, 1/4 inch jack. So get my pad that fits nicely just there. Speaker in. There we go. So as you can see, it fits nicely there. Okay, so now I will sort out to calibrate. Give me a second. Okay, so here's the one I'd already connected up, set up, because you get one in each speaker box. So that's why I've got two of these calibration mics. I have seen a video online where someone said that one of theirs turned up and it didn't work, so it was handy that you got one on each, because obviously most people, I assume, buy two speakers. I assume there are some that just go mono and buy multiple different speakers. It's all down to how you prefer to do your production. In the back here it says ARC mic in. You put those in there. And what I've done is, I don't know if I can show you. Basically, this is my light stands for when I'm doing my recording. I've got some spotlights, some photography lights. But yeah, the connector is for a mic. So what I've done is a bit of tape, insulation tape, just to hold it on, because it doesn't matter. It's just holding it here. So now what I want to do is put the mic roughly where I would be sitting and my ears would be. And I think that might be out of shot slightly. If I do, you can see. Basically, you put the mic in the stand, then put it on the stand roughly where I sit. Triangulated. Let's make sure these are all straight. Forward just a tad. Same, okay. Level. One thing it does tell you, start calibration, it sets out a tone and the microphone is trying to pick that tone up. So be as quiet as possible while it's doing the test. It's not very long, it's literally a couple of seconds. So, let me turn the speaker on, simple button on the back, you'll see it flash on. On the back there are several settings. You can calibrate with -dBs and what have you for your room on the low frequencies and the high frequencies. I've left it all on flat. You can also set the frequency response on the bass to 40, 50 or 60 Hertz. I've put it on 40. Okay, there's a button, second one down when you've got them this way round on the back, that you hold it for a few seconds. The lights start flashing to acknowledge that it's about to go into the test mode, and then I will be quiet while it does its pulses and does the testing. Should have seen that the light flash green, letting you know that it's calibrated, and it really is that simple. That's all you do. And then obviously into the other speaker. It's very easy to find the hole. Button down, hold it so it flashes. Sorry if my back's blocking everything. No, that's it. They're calibrated for my room. And the idea is that it should sound where I get proper bass extension that I'm missing when I'm doing my production, because I was finding it very difficult. Let's put this away. To get the basses right. I was burning loads and loads of CDs, going to the car, testing, no, coming back. It's not that CDs are that expensive, but you know, it is a waste. I was starting to get more concerned about the amount of CDs I was putting in a landfill than the cost of them. And it just now with these speakers should enable me to get much better results, and I've got something to A/B split test, which I never had before. And we we shall now see the difference, hopefully. Now what I'm going to try and do is I'm now going to move the mic and I'm going to put it on a chair onto a box and put it hopefully roughly where my ears are to try and represent me sitting and where this on the cable. There, so I'm going to point the mic down, so that's not quite, it's not perfect. In fact, I do need to go down. Let's turn the box on its side. Put two boxes on this side. Yeah, that's better. That's much more triangulated. That's roughly where I had the mic. I don't know. Obviously, this is a Yeti Blue, so I don't expect to. But what I will now do is so I can access it. So bear with me. I'm just going to sort out some music to test to show you, and then I'll come back. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is play this tune every time. It's coming out at the end of the month. My forthcoming release, so I hope you like it. This is a special little preview before it hits the shops in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to play it too loud. Little man is in bed, and obviously I don't want to wake him. But I'm going to play it at a volume that you should be able to get, you know, a good idea as to the different sound that you're going to get out of it. It is very different. So this is the Yamaha HS7s.
Every time I close my eyes, I still think you're by my side. Every time I close my eyes, I still think you're by my side. Every time I close my eyes, I still think you're by my side. Every time I think of you, I believe my dreams come true. Every time, every time, every time, every time.
Okay, so that's with those. Now we switch over. So this is now the iLoudMTMs, and surely I hope you can hear the bass. They're much better balanced. Yummies. Maybe when you dim it, be able to hear with that on, with the Mackie on dimmed, so it's not pounding, so you can work late without waking the neighbours. The Yamis. And you can now see how I've got a fantastic way of AV in. And you will notice, people in this, so the Yamis are high on the trebles. You notice the difference there, massive. There you go. Well, hopefully that's given you a little taster of them. I know that sounds awful. I just went and listened to the video myself, and it boomed through the bass. One, that's to do with the settings, and actually I configured the microphone to get the best speaking voice while listening to the Yamahas, and then I noticed that it was a bit bassy listening through the MTMs. And that was the thing that I was just missing. I mean, you could hear the difference between the Yamis. The Yamis, the bass disappears. I know it was booming and you were getting and what have you. That's not in the tune, I promise you. It doesn't sound like that normally. The problem is because of the speaker. I mean, using the Yeti and pounding it in such a small room, it would have had sounds bouncing all over the place at it. So yeah, it wasn't the ideal. I wasn't trying to show you in terms of the quality, because there's no way I can do that with my setup. I wanted to show you the phenomenal difference on what you were getting out at roughly the same volumes and the same setup. These configured, the bass, and I mean, when you're sitting here listening to it, it's mind-boggling how you're able to hear that bass over the Yamis. The wavelength's still the same. It's still a long wave. So I don't know how you're able to get it. I don't understand the mathematics. I'm just glad that iLoud or IK Media do, that they were able to produce that calibration that's just phenomenal on how it's able to configure itself to sound so good in your room. Not that I am dissing the Yamis, I love them, and they are great for working in certain parts of the song. For the clarity, you can see the high end is very hard for me to work with, and the low end, because the low end just washes past me with the Yamis. The room's too small, and they are a little high on the trebles, and that's with the trims on the back all the way down on the Yamis. So yeah, I just want to show you actually, I did mention it earlier, and I will show you. Let's just turn this off. On the back, hopefully you can see okay. Hold it. Yeah, it's no good putting it down when you haven't got the other stand on. That's the only problem with these. But yeah, on the back you see you've got the low frequency extension, 40, 50, 60 Hertz. You've got your low frequency plus 2 dB flat and minus 3 dB. Your high frequencies plus 2 dB flat and minus 2 dB. And then that's the second button in that I was pressing. And you hold that, and it will runs the calibration, sends out that tone that you heard. So power button, and there is USB as well that you can power it through your computer, because at the end of the day they're also for DJs. Yeah, I'm very impressed with these. I've yet to write a tune with them and work on a tune. I'm in the middle of producing a tune that I was really, that's why I got them. This track I'm working on is so hard. Yeah, I mean, it was poor samples that we used. It wasn't produced particularly very well when I originally wrote it, but it is a good track, and I'm trying to polish it as best I can. And I couldn't get the bass right. I was just going through so many discs, and I was going back to the car, and I was slowly getting there, and I was very close. And I thought, no, I need something. This is no good. I can't be doing this all the time. I need something that works better. And I was humming and hawing about the Shape 50s, the Focals, as they come with these special bass ports, and they're configured for a room like this, and they're a 5-inch cone. But I came across these as a good deal. They're on Amazon as second-hand, used, like new. I had a few reservations, but I am blown away with them turning up, and everything's brand new. And the only thing I can think there is that they sold them as second-hand, was someone ordered them, sent them back because they got an EU plug on them. Well, kettle leads coming out my ears. Bargain, less than 500 quid. Yeah, chuffed. So I hope you've got enough to get an idea for them. As I say, don't think that I'm giving you any quality tests, because I'm not. It's diabolical quality sound to try and show you anything other than you could hear the difference when I flip between them. Phenomenally different, and the way the bass comes out. And I'm saying it doesn't boom like that when you actually listen to it in the room. It's the way the mic's picking it up. Not set up correctly for me to record audio from these speakers. Calibrated sound. I just wanted to quick little video show you guys in my room and the difference between them and the Yamis. And if you are in a small studio, that are going to enable you to hear some really clear and balanced sound with the bass extension you need for a small room, then yeah, definitely give these a go. I mean, you can, if you don't like them, send them back. IK Media are pretty good like that. They told me that when I was in the KRV forum initially. The actual people from the company responded to my thread, which was nicer that they were watching anyone that was talking about small studios on the forums, that they were keeping an eye out. Obviously, he was promoting it. I never initially bought them, and I told them that in the thread, but I've gone back and told them that, you know, in the end I did go and get these iLouds. I'd give them a punt. And yeah, obviously they need breaking in. You've got to play all speakers need playing for a good few hours with music at a reasonable volume before the cones all flex. You know, the material's quite stiff initially. It's not had any music go through it, so it's got to flex and play a bit of sound before it falls into its perfect texture. I don't know if that's the right word, but the constituency for the cones to work at their premium or ultimate. But yeah, really impressed with these, and I'm looking forward to working with them and seeing how it improves, or at least saves me time and CDs and running to the car and sitting there at cold late at night, not with the engine on. Especially if I've had a drink, because I'm sitting there listening to my music. If I have the engine running, I'll nick me drink driving. It's like, you know what I mean? It's good to be in my nice warm studio, and being able to A/B test and hopefully do a better job than I have been. Always striving to improve what I produce. Nothing's ever perfect, but I would like to make it better. Anyway, thanks very much, guys, for listening. I hope it's helped someone out there. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. Cheers.